Welcome back to Open. With ongoing conversations about the future of diversity, equity, and inclusion that's going on in our society, one organization continues to set the standard for uplifting young men of color. It is the Eagle Academy, and the Eagle Academy Foundation recently celebrated its 20th anniversary gala, marking 2 decades of impact through education, mentorship, and leadership development. Joining us is the Eagle Academy for Young Men's Alumni and Board of Directors member. It is Latif Elam. Nice to have you with us.
Thank you. Nice having me.
I've known about Eagle Academy since it was founded. I've been around on this TV station for a long time, and let's just start at the beginning. Talk about what the idea of the Eagle Academy was and how it's continued now in its 20th year.
Yeah, so the idea of the Eagle Academy really came about because throughout New York City, there were like 9 neighborhoods that were really heavy in really bringing people from those neighborhoods to prison, right? So the Eagle Academy really looked at, the ecosystem to really understand these neighborhoods and strategically place these schools, these public schools, in these neighborhoods. So we started out in the Bronx in 2004.
Everything good starts in the Bronx. Nobody knows it, but we tell that story every day.
And then since then, we've grown to 6 schools, 5 across all the boroughs, and then 1 in Newark, New Jersey.
What makes this distinctive and able to address that unfortunate community to prison pipeline and intercede in it so it doesn't exist anymore?
Well, so the Eagle Academy, the schools themselves they were founded by the Eagle Academy Foundation as well as the 100 Black Men. So both organizations just really understanding what it takes to really not raise, but I would say grow and develop young men and really understanding the challenges that they're facing. So I think they really looked at those reasons and said, how do we develop and create a safe spaces for young men to grow, develop, and be the leaders in their communities?
Now, you are a graduate and
Yes.
you're now a board member.
Yes.
What was it, I don't know if we want to talk about what you were and what you became, or what was it at the Eagle Academy that inspired you to this day? You're sitting here talking on TV about it.
Yeah, I think for me, Eagle was really beneficial because they provide opportunity. I think coming in as a 14-year-old at the Eagle Academy at that time, it was the first time that our school actually became a full building where we had 9th through 12th grade. So I got to actually be in really early and just being a part of that first group, and also I learned how to advocate for myself. I think Eagle is the first place that really teaches you that, one, this is what you're up against in the real world, right? And this is how people view you. And it's important for you to show up and create a legacy for those who are coming behind you.
And you find that communication with the young people, I mean, I recall very early on there was a very successful debate team, and it was almost like it came out of nowhere, but this is the kind of, I'll use the word empowerment, that seems to work well for young people to transform lives.
I agree.
Let's just talk about now the foundation and how it has grown from just being a single school in the South Bronx, and then of course now the 6 schools. Talk about the foundation and where it's at right now and what the attempt is here in the 20th year.
Of course. So like I mentioned earlier, we have a network of 6 schools. They are public schools throughout New York City and 1 in Newark, New Jersey. Currently, we've launched our Taking Flight campaign, which is really to launch.
Say that again.
Taking Flight.
Taking Flight campaign.
Yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to underline it for our friends.
Yeah, so it's our 20th year campaign. We're really looking to raise $10 million to
$10 million.
$10 million. Yeah.
Well, I'd love to write you a check.
Well, you still can. This is not over.
Well, it wouldn't be worth anything, but you'll be happy to write it out. But go ahead, I'm sorry.
Of course. So our goal is really to continue to support young men in post-secondary support. So one thing that we do is that we have what's called Eagle Soaring and Beyond, which is one of our key programs that after students graduate from the Eagle Academies, we make sure to stay connected with them and provide them with internship opportunities, training and development opportunities, and really how to grow as a professional. So it's one thing to graduate from one of our schools, but it's another thing to get the actual training that's necessary to be successful in college and career, et cetera.
I think one of the things that really distinguishes Eagle Academy from really any other schools, public schools, is what you just addressed. They put in place all the systems that would say, well, okay, you didn't just graduate high school and, good luck and goodbye and good luck. But they really work with people to figure out what college you're going to go to, what are your interests, and let's develop those kinds of things.
Exactly,
Right?
exactly.
Those are the kinds of things, I guess, that young people have been benefiting from all along the way.
Exactly.
What really for you was the most important thing, and that the foundation and the Eagle Academy has put into place that really inspires you and helps you lead the life you live now?
I would say this is a focus on principles. I think at the Eagle Academy, one thing.
And you don't mean the school principal.
No, not the school principles. Principles in terms of like how you carry yourself. I think one of the things that's really important to our work is that brotherhood is like one thing that comes up, especially.
Are they all boys schools?
Yes, they all boys schools. So each of them, well, not each of them, but now they're 6 through 12. So we have middle school students all the way through the 12th grade. Originally, it started out with just high school students,
high school, yeah.
but we learned that it's important to actually start a bit younger, especially for young men, so that they have that foundational training coming into high school. Yeah.
Well, but just talk about the notion of the young men being together, as opposed to being, I guess it keeps them somewhat focused, we would think.
Yeah.
Just talk about that camaraderie that develops between the students there.
Well, I think a lot of camaraderie. Like I mentioned earlier, it's a brotherhood. I think you may go to one Eagle school, right, in the Bronx or in Harlem or in Queens, but there's a larger brotherhood of those schools together as well. I think Eagle really creates safe spaces for young men to grow and to develop and to learn who they are as people, right? They're not all the same. And I think for me, I really benefited from that, and the fact that I got the opportunity to really be exposed to so much at an early age. And a lot of the organizations that Eagle connected to me with when I was younger, like I'm still volunteering and supporting to this day. So it really instills the importance of giving back and also the importance of making a change and really advocating for yourself.
What really comes through, and you talked about it for yourself, and now you talked about it for others, is the notion of individual. That it's not I realize you have a basketball team and everybody's on the team together, but it's really the individual, and because you talked about, got you to stand up, to represent yourself, to figure out who you are. And I think that's missing because there's, especially in this day and age with the internet and everything else, there's a lot of this kind of like, everybody's got to be the same and they got to follow each other. So you talked about organizations, talk about Worldwide Technology, WWT.
Yes.
What is it that they do that you partner with that works for the young men?
Well, Worldwide Technology has just really shown, not only financially, but from as far as support and partnership, that they really value the work that the Eagle Academy Foundation is doing. Like I mentioned, we had a gala that actually took place at the beginning of February, and they actually were honored at our gala because of their work and contributions. And I think just given all the political climate and things that are going on, for like a corporation to lean in and say, hey, this is still important and this is still something that we want to support and put our hands around, I think that's been the most beneficial piece.
I guess, you brought it up, and it's probably on everybody's mind, and we mentioned the whole notion of DEI, of course, is under attack, frankly. There doesn't seem to be any compromise here from the Eagle Academy. This is who we are, this is what we're going to do, and regardless of what's out there, that we're just going to move forward because this is what we were founded on, really.
Yeah, so our 6 schools aren't going anywhere, right? Like we're going to continue to graduate young men at a 98% graduation rate.
Wow, I was going to ask about the grad.
Yeah.
98%, folks.
Yeah, we've graduated over 3,000 Eagles across the city and New Jersey, right? So we're going to continue to lean in and support our schools. We're also going to continue to support young men in their post-secondary careers and opportunities. So looking to train them, get them connected to internships, career opportunities, and then also, which is our newer vision, I would say, is our Eagle Institute, something we've been doing for quite some time, but really just focusing our attention to training the actual teachers and the ones who are in these school spaces to really help expand our reach nationally.
And it propagates to,
Exactly.
for the next generation.
Exactly.
Bottom line here, what's the bottom line message for the general public right now about why this is important and what you want them to know about Eagle Academy.
So general message I would say is one, to
Make your pitch. Go ahead.
Yeah, check us out on www.eafny.org. And then also I would say young men of color, young men in general, really need the support in terms of growing and developing and reaching their dreams. I think the Eagle Academy is one of the great places that is actually doing the work, and we want to continue to share like the things that we've learned over this 20 years nationally. So with other organizations, other states, and it's really helping to expand the reach really in terms of helping young men.
Well, listen, I think it's the greatest thing, and as I mentioned to you beforehand, I mean, I was well aware when Eagle Academy was founded 20 years ago. Congratulations on continuing. Let's do 20 years. Come back here 20 years from now when you're a lot older, and we'll do the 40th celebration and on, because this is how we're going to grow New York City and, of course, our young men in the Bronx. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Latif Elam. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, for more information, of course, visit the website at eafny.org. And again, don't go anywhere. We're not done. We'll be right back.